Hello and welcome to this special segment of Emirates 24/7, exclusively for YouTube.
We'll join you each week with your weekly guide to the news that matters from across the UAE.
What are the biggest headlines of the week and how will they change your life in the UAE?
Emirates 24/7 has the answers. Welcome back to Emirates 24/7. The smartphone is a highly competitive market, and nowhere is the competition more apparent than the rivalry between Blackberry maker Research in Motion and Apple.
RIM took the lead in 2010 with 47.4 million smartphones sold globally, followed closely by Apple, which sold 46.6 million iPhones.
But the clash is not so close when it comes to the tablet market. With the Apple iPad dominating the market and the competition, Research in Motion's own tablet, the Playbook, has had a tough time making headway.
The Middle East presents a unique opportunity for RIM, and the latest figures from the TRA shows that the Blackberry is the preferred choice for UAE residents. So could the Playbook also surpass the iPad in the tablet contest?
Well, here to tell us more is Lindsay McDonald, an information and communication technology consultant for the MENA region at Frost & Sullivan, and Thomas Shambler, the editor of Stuff magazine. Welcome to the show.
This evening.
Yes, thanks.
Pleasure having you. Now, with regards to the tablet competition, I mean, internationally, it's no contest. Apple iPad taking it by a mile. Looks like it will continue to do so in the coming year. But looking at this region, Blackberry, strong support for a number of years, preferred smartphone here in the Middle East. Can we expect a difference here when the Playbooks introduced on the 12th?
Well, of course, everyone's got a Blackberry out here. We love Blackberries out here in Dubai and the UAE. So, of course, people with Blackberries are going to be interested in what RIM, who develop Blackberries, are going to do with their tablet. A really good thing about the Playbook is it actually works with your phone. So if you own a Blackberry device, you actually get extra features. So your email, your BBM, your calendar, all that syncs with your Playbook through your smartphone. So actually, the best people to buy a Playbook would be people who already have a Blackberry device.
So essentially, if you don't have a Blackberry, don't bother buying a Playbook?
Yeah. If you want to use your Playbook for like productivity, the Playbook actually doesn't have a native email application, whereas the iPad does. So it actually uses this is for two reasons, mainly for security. So if you lose your Playbook, no one can then pick it up and get access to your calendar and all your work emails. Obviously, Blackberry takes security quite seriously. But so it does help if you have a Blackberry device.
Mm-hmm. Lindsay, there has been some criticism that the Playbook was rushed out quite early in order to grab a share of the rapidly expanding tablet market, of course, that Apple's currently dominating. Do you think this is the case?
I think they're certainly trying to catch up. I mean, if we take a look, as you were saying earlier, the tablet market, they are very far behind, and anyone knows that they need to get in as quickly as possible. I think we saw the introduction of 50 new tablets last year alone. So it's a very rapidly developing market. And I think if you think about the iPad 1 versus the iPad 2, the second iteration was far better than the first. So I can expect to see the same type of development from Blackberry as well.
But is it quick enough? I mean, for example, it seems very strange to release a tablet that doesn't really have Arabic language support into the Middle East. What are your thoughts, Tom?
Well, I talked to BlackBerry about this, and they've said that it'll come after the summer.
Okay.
That could be, anytime, but I think we expect it to be in about August. You got to remember, the Playbooks is very young. The entire category is very young. So it's only coming out in the UK and here next week. So yes, they should really have Arabic support, but if it comes quickly enough, then we can forgive them.
Right. Well, they have a lot of catching up to do. But one thing, again, we're speaking about the advantage they have here is, the Blackberry, Research in Motion have supported the region for a number of years now. Why do you think this region is so important to Research in Motion, to the Blackberry brand?
I'm not sure. It could be just pure luck. I know the Nokia communicator series, the really big one, had a big screen. That was mega popular out here. So it could be that we just like QWERTY full keyboard mobiles. It could be price point as well. Unlike Apple, which has got one iPhone, BlackBerry have got several BlackBerry devices, all different price points as well. So that could be a reason why.
What are your thoughts, Lindsay?
I think I agree with that, but also if you take the dimension that Dubai is a business hub, essentially, so we've got a lot of business users of the BlackBerry. I do know that we've got a big youth element in this market that uses BlackBerry, but they've been introduced to it as well through what they've seen, you know, coming through the airport, for instance, coming into DIFC. There is a lot of business use of that phone in this market, and I think the Playbook fits beautifully into that, because I don't think the Playbook's really positioned as a leisure type of tablet, whereas the iPhone and the iPad are. I think Playbook is really positioned as another productivity tool. So all of the type of features that you hear about, it's about presenting your creations, it's about utilizing your BlackBerry even better with the Playbook. So I think we're looking more at productivity, whereas iPad is all about generation of content, you know, consumption of content.
It's quite interesting though. I think, you know, globally, obviously, youth today is so interested in technology, and particularly in this region. And studies show that Emirati youth in particular have got a higher disposable income than other areas. Significant chunk of this devoted to technology. Why do you think we haven't seen Apple capitalise on this, showing greater support than they have in the past here?
Maybe because they haven't had to. You know, there's been nothing stopping the sale of iPad here. People are hungry for it. They're buying it. People will buy a MacBook, or they'll buy the iPad knowing that they're not going to get a local warranty on the hardware. They're willing to take that risk, and possibly because there's two reasons. Possibly because they want to make sure that they have the latest device, and second reason, possibly because we're used to all of this change in technology. They say if it breaks, we'll just get a new one further down the road. So, you know.
But with so many consumers adopting the Apple brand, do you think we'll see this change then, Tom?
I know for a fact that Apple are going to start pushing a lot more into this region. They've opened up an office in Abu Dhabi recently, and they're concentrating on getting their products from like the US markets over here quicker. There was a bit of a thing about an Apple iShop opening, an Apple iStore opening a few months ago. So that shows that they're dipping their toe into the water of the UAE market, and they're going to find it's nice and warm, so they're probably going to jump right in. But when is anyone's guess.
All right, now one aspect that's been lacking for both BlackBerry and Apple is the App Store. Now, BlackBerry recently remedied this the last month, but Apple still has quite a limited offering when it comes to apps. I mean, considering the the number of users in the country, in the region, I mean, this seems like a strange choice. And shouldn't BlackBerry at least potentially have opened an App Store sooner?
Yeah, well, there's no excuse really for BlackBerry. They should have opened their App Store earlier. There's throngs of BlackBerry users out here. As you said earlier, we all love apps. We absolutely love them. But they've opened it now, which is a good thing. The next thing, though, is to push that up, to push the App Store, to get more apps. And we don't want apps from the US, we want regional apps. So it's all about how BlackBerry can entice developers here into building just great, wholesome apps that everyone can download and everyone will enjoy. Otherwise, they'll move on to the competition.
Now, what about BlackBerry Messenger? A recent TRA survey showed that BBM is one of the key features for UAE users here. There has been some controversy over the past 12 months about security concerns versus BlackBerry Messenger as well. Now, obviously, Apple's included a new Messenger service with them as well. Do you think we'll see this change, you know, if this controversy continues, Lindsay?
I don't think so, because I think BBM is one of the biggest reasons why youth certainly buy the BlackBerry, in addition to the various other features. I think the fact that one can also download WhatsApp onto your BlackBerry, or you can use that to communicate between the BlackBerry and the iPhone, I think that cancels out any sort of worry about security. I think we'll only, if the TRA would be the one to change that situation, if they decide, right, we have these provisions, we're not going to allow BBM, and I don't see that happening in the next couple of years.
So final question, Apple, BlackBerry, which side are you both on? Be honest.
You go for that first.
I'm not allowed to be unobjective, but I'm a BlackBerry fan. Definitely.
I'm an Apple fan, just to be unbiased here. I'm a fan of Apple. Apple make great products, but you can't really fault BlackBerry in terms of business. So it's, you know, Apple on the weekends, BlackBerries during the day.
Very, very diplomatic answers both.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have time for on this special segment of Emirates 24/7, exclusively on YouTube.
Feel free to get in touch with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts about all the top stories of the week.
You can drop us a line at emirates24-7@dmi.ae. Also, just a message via our Facebook page, Emirates 24/7 on Dubai One.
You can even message us via BBM or watch previous shows online at dmi.ae/Dubai One.
And of course, you can also check us out right here at youtube.com/watch Dubai One.
But for now, from all the team here at Emirates 24/7, it's goodbye.